Good, happy Monday evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First step, woman sentenced to prison for role in grandmother's death. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Jennifer Crompton.
I'm Clifton Leaf. I'm the editor-in-chief of Fortune, and I'm a judge on a number of journalism awards. But I really love the Bidler because the focus is...
It was very emotional, Sean. Four of Maritel Saintel's aunts gave very moving impact statements, and her mother was in the courtroom. Her trial on identical charges is expected to start in the same courtroom this afternoon. Now, 34-year-old Maritel Saintel was convicted earlier this month of negligent homicide and failure to report elder abuse. Saintel and her mother had been living with and caring for 74-year-old Nancy Parker in her mobile home when they allegedly left her on the floor, unable to get up, lying in human waste. She later died of necrotizing fasciitis. 54-year-old Catherine Saintel Brown appeared in court during her daughter's sentencing. Her four sisters, who wished not to be identified, giving impact statements about a very dysfunctional upbringing, both theirs and Maritel's. Three of Maritel's aunts asking the judge to sentence her to prison, one asking for the court's mercy.
No one deserves to die like that. And then I think of Maritel and I wonder what kind of person you can be. To leave your grandmother laying on the floor for 5 days. And don't tell me you were honoring her right to choose. How could you do it?
Maritel did the wrong thing. I know that. But the conditions of her upbringing, I believe, made a huge impact on her abilities to make good choices, normal choices.
The judge called this a terrible tragedy all the way around. He initially sentenced Maritel to 2 to 4 years, but gave her 1 to 3 if she maintains good behavior. It's the same judge that will be presiding over Catherine Saintel Brown's trial that starts at 1:30. We're live in Brentwood. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Multi-alarm fire breaks out in Lynn apartment building. Firefighters are battling a multi-alarm fire at an apartment building in Lynn. Sky 5 was over the scene Monday afternoon and captured heavy smoke pouring out of the top floor of the building at 26 Broad Street. The state fire marshal's office said their office is responding to the structure fire and said one person was taken to the hospital with undisclosed injuries. Stay with us for the latest updates. We will keep you updated on this report. Police identify mother found dead inside Portland home. Let's take a listen to this video from WMTW News 8 Kathleen Jordan.
Portland police confirm they are investigating what they are calling a suspicious death inside a home here on Dorothy Street. As you can see behind me, caution tape is up. The street is still blocked off as many investigators are on the scene right now. Not many details are being released, but they have said there is no threat to the public right now. They said they got a call late last night, and crews have stayed here on scene for hours throughout the night. Investigators have been in and out of the home looking for evidence today. We don't know who is involved. We are told that police They're waiting for a report from the medical examiner's office right now to determine how this person died. Meantime, neighbors waking up to this tragic situation that they're not sure what to make of.
And I see them around the neighborhood. They have very nice people. You know, they have kids and seem like a regular family. It's definitely a tight-knit neighborhood. You know, once a year we all get together in the summertime. So, yeah, it's definitely a tight-knit neighborhood.
And again, we're told there is no threat to the public. We're not sure what other steps they are taking in their investigation right now, but we are hoping to get more details later today. In Portland, Kathleen Jordan, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Now let's take a look at your U.S. markets and see how your U.S. markets close for this Monday evening. And here's a look at the markets right now. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the red and went down. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. CNBC IQ 100 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the red and went down. Oil closed in the green and went up. US 10-year closed in the green and went up. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 and Nasdaq closed record highs as optimism on U.S. economy remains. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq composition finished Monday's session at all-time highs as investors remained optimistic on the U.S. economy. Fire and Fury. Publisher's attorney pushed back against Trump keys and distance letter. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
The new Firefox. Fast for good.
To politics and the president and his inner circle fending off a string of damaging allegations in a new book. President Trump back at the White House tonight after a Camp David retreat with Republican leaders. Waiting for him, a statement from former chief strategist Steve Bannon expressing regret for comments he made about a, quote, treasonous meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and a Russian lawyer inside of Trump Tower. Bannon's statement comes a day after President Trump again called him Sloppy Steve, while also slamming the Michael Wolff book as, quote, fiction and defending his own mental fitness. Several advisors today defending the president, but so far the White House unable to quiet the conversation about this book. ABC's David Wright is at the White House tonight.
Tonight, fallout over Fire and Fury. President Trump's former chief strategist is trying to justify his use of the words treasonous and unpatriotic to describe that 2016 meeting at Trump Tower between Don Jr. and other top campaign officials and a Russian lawyer promising dirt on Hillary Clinton. Steve Bannon doesn't deny the quote, but claims it's been inaccurately reported. Donald Trump Jr. is both a patriot and a good man, he said in a statement, insisting his comments were directed at the then campaign chair, Paul Manafort, a seasoned campaign professional with experience and knowledge of how the Russians operate.
The President of the United States is a great man. You know, I support him day in and day out.
Bannon appears to be trying to placate the president, who blames him for giving author Michael Wolff access to the West Wing.
And I guess Sloppy Steve brought him into the White House quite a bit, and it was one of those things. That's why Sloppy Steve is now looking for a job.
Trump takes particular issue with Wolff's assertion that Bannon and others have discussed Trump's mental fitness to serve. Wolff claims they even brought up the 25th Amendment, the constitutional mechanism to remove a president from office.
It's not unreasonable to say this is 25th Amendment kind of stuff. This is,
Did anybody say that in the West Wing to you?
All the time.
The president has pushed back hard at any hint he may be unfit to serve, tweeting, "Actually, throughout my life, my two greatest assets have been mental stability and being, really smart."
I went to the best colleges, or college. I had a situation where I was a very excellent student.
Trump went so far as to call himself a genius, quote, "and a very stable genius at that."
The president is a political genius who won against a field of 17 incredibly talented people.
Today, one White House advisor kept trying to sing the president's praises.
I get it.
The real experience of Donald Trump.
There's one viewer that you care about right now, and you're being obsequious, you're being a factotum in order to please him, okay?
No.
And I think I've wasted enough of my viewers' time. Thank you, Stephen. As Republicans, lawmakers call for Attorney General Jeff Sessions to resign.
CNN's Jake Tapper finally cut him off.
A very heated exchange. David now joins us from the White House. David, in Bannon's statement today, he sought to clarify those treasonous remarks, but he didn't seek to change the record on many other negative comments attributed to him in the book about Don Jr., Jared Kushner, and Ivanka Trump.
That's right, Tom. He, among other things, blamed Jared and Ivanka for the firing of James Comey. He suggested that Ivanka Trump is dumb as a brick, and he even predicted that prosecutors would crack Don Jr. like an egg on national TV. Tom?
David Wright for us at the White House tonight. David, thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with more news. Good night, everyone. Bye.